Welcome, boys and girls. I hope you're doing amazing today. This is Mrs. Rodriguez, and we are doing ELA lesson number 14. Now, before we get started, let's take a look at the materials that you're going to need. For reading, you're going to need your reading notebook or journal, your independent reading book, and a pencil. And for writing, you're going to need your writing notebook or journal and a writing instrument such as a pencil. But before we get started, we also need to make sure that we are ready to learn from home. So, is your body still? Are your ears listening? Is your brain thinking? And are your eyes looking at my screen? And very important, is your computer charged or plugged in? Let's make sure that we have it charged or plugged in. We don't want any mishaps during our lesson. Now, if you need more time to gather your materials, pause the video. I'm going to give you all a few seconds, but if you still need more time, just pause the video and come back. All right, boys and girls. Again, if you still need more time to gather your materials, feel free to pause the video and then come back when you have them all. So today, you're going to integrate and evaluate content presented in diverse media and formats. And as readers, you're going to be able to identify out how illustrations or text features contribute to what is conveyed within the text. And you're going to independently read and analyze illustrations and text features to explain what is being conveyed in the text. Now let's find out what all of this really means. How do illustrations help us when we read? So let's take a look here. And then you can use pictures, illustrations, and maps to gain information when reading. Using illustrations means looking at pictures for clues to better understand story events or the information in a book. Looking here, let's look at this picture and how might these photos help the reader understand the text? Well, the pictures would help me understand what the animals look like and where they live. So here we have a map that indicates where penguins live and then what a penguin looks like. It's peeking behind the map. Photographs, illustrations. Photos and illustrations give information in a visual way. They help tell the story. They work with the words and headings to help teach material. They help the reader understand an idea from the text that was unclear. How is this information portrayed? So, are you wondering what portrayed means? Portrayed means to describe someone or something in a particular way. The words in the text and the illustrations might explain to you in a visual way what the author is trying to teach you. Photographs and illustrations help us with the details. Illustrations can provide a deeper understanding of why something is happening. They play a big role in the way we understand what we are reading. How are the text and illustrations related? Let's take a look. So on the cover, I see that the text says penguins, and then there's a picture of a penguin. So not only is it telling me what the book is about, it's also providing me a visual of what they look like. And then it's asking me, what are they? Then it gives me information of what they are and a photograph. So here I'm looking at some emperor penguins. So now I can see what penguins look like. And it also provides me with what type of penguins they are. So what birds cannot fly, what birds spend most of their lives in the ocean but are not fish, what birds live in the coldest part of the world all year long. They swim, they march, they slide through the snow. They are penguins. And here they are. Some of them are swimming, some of them are sliding. So the photographs are giving the visual of what the author is telling you, what the information is telling you. Here you have a map and the subtitle says, what are they? So here you have a visual of where you can find penguins. There's Antarctica, there's Australia, Africa, and South America. Here you even have a little sign that says brr. So you can tell, and it looks like it's white as snow. So I'm thinking that it's cold down there. And then the information on the text on the page, the information that the author is giving you is all penguins live between the equator and the South Pole. Some live where it's very cold. Some live in warmer places like the coasts of Africa or Australia. So Africa and Australia are warmer. Antarctica is cold. Penguins live on islands, on coasts, and even on icebergs in the sea. They just need to be near water because they spend most of their lives in water. Not just any bird. Okay, so this picture is providing you a visual of a penguin, and then they provide more details on each body part and close-ups. So here's a close-up of his eye, big eyes to see underwater, a close-up. Oh, actually, this is a picture of a paddle because it's trying to explain to you how their stiff flippers act like boat paddles to push and steer. So this is a boat paddle. So it's giving you the visual of what a boat paddle looks like. And big webbed feet for better steering. So here's a close-up of their big webbed feet. And layers of soft feathers trap heat. Stiff, oily feathers on top keep out water. So they have provided a close-up of their feathers. And this is a photo of a bunch of penguins, and it looks like they may be trying to run away. It says their black backs make them hard to see from above. Their light bellies make them hard to see from below. But it's their strong, solid flippers that help them escape predators and where they want to go. So it looks like they may be escaping from some predators. It looks like maybe they're just trying to go somewhere. Penguins can swim about 15 miles an hour. When they want to go faster, they leap out of the water as they swim. It's called porpoising because it's what porpoises do. So all that information that the author just gave you, this picture is a perfect visual of that. They are jumping out of the water to try swim faster. Whether they're trying to get away from a predator or where they want to go, they're still moving. They're going. This picture helps me visualize that they're out on the move. And I can also see that their backs are black, just like the author says, which makes them hard to see from above. And because some predators are birds. And then their bellies are white to make them hard to see from below from other fish. And I can see that they are leaping out of the water as they swim, which, again, as the author mentioned, they're porpoising, and it makes them go faster. So this picture provides a perfect visual of what the author is trying to portray to you. What's for dinner? So here we have a penguin with a fish in his mouth. I'm thinking the author is going to tell me that they eat fish. So let's read on and let's see. Life in the ocean is fishalicious. Penguins eat lots of fish. Well, there you have it. And then he goes further and says they have a hooked bill or beak to help them grab their dinner, and barbs on their tongues and in their throats help them to hold on to slippery food. Okay, so let's take a look at this close-up. You can tell that their beak has a hook-like bill, as the author mentioned. And if you look at their tongue, they have barbs on them. And that helps them hold on to their slippery food. And here, it's talking about, let's see, while penguins are slurping down their dinners, they have to be careful not to end up as dinner themselves. Penguins are the favorite food of marine mammals such as leopard seals and killer whales. Penguins are also in danger on land. birds like the squaw, the Australian sea eagle, and the giant petrel eat penguins. Even cats, snakes, foxes, and rats eat penguins when they can. Wow, that's a lot of predators to look out for. But as you look on the picture, there's a squaw trying to get at the penguins. And then they provided a picture of a leopard seal, so you can see what that looks like. All right, so again, the photograph gives you a visual of the information that the author is trying to portray. Life on land. On land, most penguins live in a large colony with thousands or even millions of other penguins. If it's cold, they huddle together. It's so warm inside a huddle that penguins take turns moving to the outside to cool off. Well, here is a close-up of a penguin huddle, and here is a picture of a large colony with thousands or even millions. Again, this is a perfect example of a photograph that of what the author is trying to portray to you. He gave you a close-up of a huddle so that you can visualize that as it is, and then a picture of, or a photograph of, a large colony. A chick is born. Most penguins lay 2 eggs at a time, but often only 1 egg survives. The mother and father take turns keeping the egg warm. When it hatches, the parents keep the chick warm and fed. After a couple of weeks, hundreds or even thousands of chicks wait together while the parents go back to sea to find food. As the chicks wait, they are in constant danger from squaws, eagles, and other animals. All right, so here we can see that the 2 baby chicks are under their mom or dad, because here's the mom and dad's feet, as you can tell, and they are keeping them warm. And here are chicks waiting for their mom and dad to come back with food. Perfect visuals, photographs of what the author is trying to portray. The longest march. For the emperor penguins, getting to their nesting grounds is hard work. Their home is Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth. Emperor penguins nest much farther from the ocean than other penguins. They must march for days and nights through snow and wind. After laying her egg, the female gives it to the male. He will keep it warm in a flap under his belly. Unlike other penguins, the male emperor cares for the egg by himself while the female goes back to the ocean to find food. So here is a photograph of penguins marching, and here's a photograph of a female penguin, emperor penguin, giving the male penguin the egg to keep warm while she goes looking for food. So this close-up gives you a perfect visual of what the author is trying to portray when he says that the male takes care of the egg. And this picture gives it portrays exactly what the author is telling you or trying to portray to you about penguins marching and the longest march. And then here we have a penguin parade where it shows you the different types of species or kinds of penguins, from smallest to largest. And the author here is showing you how penguins play. Life isn't always easy for penguins, but at least they look like they're having fun. And it does. Here, he's hopping. Looks like he's having fun. Sledding, singing, and surfing. So perfect way for the author to portray the information he's trying to get across to you. All right, boys and girls. And this is a glossary. Glossary, as you know, or may not, if you don't remember, a glossary contains the vocabulary words that you come across in a book. It will provide you with the word and a definition. So let's practice together here. Directions. Read the paragraph. How does the photograph help us to understand the information? Does it portray the main idea? All right, let's take a look. While penguins are slurping down their dinners, they have to be careful not to end up as dinner themselves. Penguins are the favorite food of marine mammals such as leopard, seals, and killer whales. Penguins are also in danger on land. Birds like the squaw, the Australian sea eagle, and the giant petrel eat penguins. Even cats, snakes, foxes, and rats eat penguins when they can. All right, so looking at the photograph and what we just read, would you say that the main idea is how penguins should take care of predators? What does it describe? How is the text and the illustration connected? All right, let's take a look. So I just finished reading about how penguins should take care of predators. It looks like here that they're gathering together to keep away the squaw. The illustrations in the book show how two penguins face a bird that seems to want to attack them. That seems accurate. I think it vibes with what the author is trying to portray. Do you agree? Good. The text and the illustration are connected so the connection of the text and the illustration is that penguins are not only in danger from predators in the water, but also on land, since many birds also seem to be predators of penguins. All right. So boys and girls, this was an example of how the text and illustrations are connected in a book and how it helps portray the main idea of what the author is trying to tell you, the information that the author is trying to portray to you. Boys and girls, for your independent practice, you're going to do the same. So you're going to read the paragraph that you see here to your right. And then you're going to look at the photograph here, right? And how does this photograph help us understand the information? Does this portray the main idea that the author is trying to tell you? So you're going to tell me, I just finished reading about, what did you finish reading about? The illustration describes, what does it tell you? What information is it giving you? What is it portraying? And then the text and the illustrations are connected because tell me how this photo connects with this information. All right, boys and girls, pause this page and write this information in your notebook. Happy writing. And don't forget, boys and girls, take a break, a brainy break, 15 to 20 minutes to let your brain rest after the hard work you just did. And remember, take a walk, stretch, drink some water, grab a snack, and come back to us for our writing lesson. Bye, boys and girls. See you later. Welcome to ELA writing lesson number 14. I hope you guys had a good break and you're ready to learn again. So today, as writers, we are going to understand the purpose of creating an About the Author page. I can create an About the Author page. Now, today's writing lesson is a little different than all the other lessons because when you are creating a writing masterpiece, you need to let your readers know about you. So, about the author page. When I pick up a book, I always like to read the back where it has, or sometimes it's in the front flap, but I want to read about the author. I want to get to know a little bit about the author's background. So today you're going to create one. What is an About the Author page? An About the Author page is about you, the author, the writer. Let's take a look at my author page. My name is Mrs. Rodriguez. I'm currently unknown numbers of years. I live in Highland Mills, New York. Many people are interested to know that my hobbies include reading, making soaps, and crafting. Most of the time, I surround myself with people that I care about. Some of those special people are my husband and my daughters, April and Kayla. I particularly enjoy writing about animals. Now it's your turn. Tell me about you, the author. Create your very own About the Author page. So tell me what your name is, how old you are, where you live, what your hobbies are, who you surround, what special people are with you, friends, family. and what you enjoy writing about. Have fun with this. And when you're done, take a picture of yourself. I would love to see what the author looks like. All right, boys and girls, have a great day.